There's more going on around us than we are aware of, especially in the spiritual realm. Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, Day 2 of Bashalach. Let's go into chapter number 14 and see this awesome display of the Father's power in behalf of Am Israel in splitting the sea. Pharaoh wakes up and realizes, wait a minute, I've changed my mind. I'm no longer so free with these Hebrew people. Let's pursue them, overtake them, recapture them. I don't want them to have this liberty anymore. Moshe has led the nation down to a beach. In front of them is the Sea of Reeds. There are rock walls on either side of them, and then a narrow pinch point chasm between the two rock structures. Pharaoh finds the ability to pinch them here. This is a place that is known as Baal Zephon. It's interesting that this is the Mitzrayite god of wealth. Maybe the last god and idol that has not yet been decimated by the hand of Elohim. Maybe Pharaoh has discerned, we deserved all of the other plagues, but when they plundered us, they were like thieves to us. They've taken our goods, and Baal Zephon is going to give us retribution. We're going to get payback. Finally, we're going to win one here. There is a clue that is given to us in verse number 7. Speaking of Pharaoh, it says, and he took 600 choice chariots and all the chariots of Mitzrayim with officers over all of them. If he took all of the chariots, why does it mention that he took 600 chariots? If he took all the chariots, that would include the 600. There is a clue that is found at the Sod level in some of the more mystical writings of the sages. And there is a clue that they've taken here that these 600 chariots may have been an elite force of some sort. SEAL Team 6 in our estimation. But an elite special forces fighting force. But even more, that it references Egypt in the heavenlies. That is, that in the realm of angels and demons, in the realm of maybe the second heaven, we would call it, there is the spiritual warfare between the messengers of Elohim and the forces of darkness over how things are going to play out upon the earth. Pharaoh was steeped in Mitzrayite mysticism. He believed in a variety of gods. He was very much delved into paganism and the dark arts. This man then may have called upon the celestial armies over them to grant victory in the spiritual realm so that they also would then experience victory in the physical realm. There are some clues that are given to us later on. The scripture says in Isaiah 29:14, and the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and the understanding of their prudent men shall be hid. Further, it says in Isaiah 19:2, I will confuse Egypt with Egypt. That is to say, celestial Egypt with the physical realm, Egypt. If our adversaries that are going against us in the spiritual realm are defeated, then it also will manifest as a victory for us in the physical realm. Or else, why bother to pray? When you and I get on our face in prayer and begin to seek the Father's face, what we're doing is we're asking for spiritual realm resolve to physical realm situations, dilemmas, tragedies, traumas, issues. We're asking for him to move, and that's not just that we see a spiritual hand somehow extend from the throne and manipulate things in the earth, but let's also understand that there is a spirit realm counterpart to what we experience here physically. Just as there is potentially a spiritual realm Egypt or Mitzrayim, there's also a spiritual realm, Israel. That is, that the nation and the people of Israel is not just a physical bloodline and lineage. It is a spiritual concept. It is a spiritual arena of beings that are birthed in the earth. You and I did not just happen. Our bodies, our lives are not just mere consequence of a physical act between our mother and our father. Yah has chosen us. He's numbered our days. He knew us before we were formed in the womb. You and I are selected. There's a reason why that we are here. There's a reason why he selected you and I to participate with him in his covenant. Folks, this has all been arranged for us. We need to understand that when conflict raises its head against us and we begin to pray and to intercede, there's some things that need to be accomplished in the spiritual realm so that it produces victory for us here in the physical realm. Now, these people that are panicking and wondering what they're going to do, they need to be changed. Change does not come casually. It comes by intention. And there are at least two decisive things that will bring about change in our life. Number one, a traumatic experience. A traumatic experience which may facilitate a sudden needed change. The proverbial hitting the rock bottom. When one comes to the undesired end of their ways and a traumatic consequence is encountered, then and there they decide, I have to do a change. I have to make the necessary changes in my life to get myself out of this extreme situation. When we realize I can't put up with this anymore. When one has a heart attack, the doctor will very matter-of-factly, if you survive, look at you and say, these things have to change if you're going to live. So a traumatic experience can produce sudden change. But then there is the more systematic thing of a change of daily routine. It's incremental, but nonetheless, it affects change in our lives. We change our diet and our body begins to respond. We change our exercise routine from no exercise to some exercise or to an intense regimen of exercise. Things change. But it begins not just to change the outward part of us, but the instinctive part of us. It changes us on the inside. So Yah is saying to a panicking people, okay, this is a traumatic situation. Stand still and see the Yeshua Yahweh, the deliverance of Yahweh. Moshe is saying, what do I do? Help me here. Fix this, Father. Moshe, what is in your hand? A stick. Hold it out over the water, Moshe. Why are you praying to me? There are times to pray. There are times to believe and act. You can't wait until the moment of decision to decide it's time to fast and pray. There are times that we encounter moments of suddenness where it's best that we've already been in prayer. If a tragedy, a traumatic situation develops, and we think to ourselves, I need a miracle. If we've not been walking in prayer, if we've not had the disciplines of prayer and basking in his presence and becoming aware of his will, we're going to feel inept, incapable of the moment, and we're going to fail. But if we've been walking this out, if we know whose hand holds us, if we know who we belong to, if we understand his plan and his purpose, he's given us a vision of our destiny, we know that we have some things that are significant that have to be accomplished, then we can act and act with boldness. And the Father will split the seas and we can go across on dry ground. We need that capability. Don't wait for it. Get ready right now. Go ahead and start preparing. We'll see you again tomorrow. Shalom.